Yo guys, welcome back to the Transfer Daily YouTube channel, and we are back bringing you the latest updates from the transfer market. So let's get straight into it. So starting off with Juventus and Kolo Muani. So Kolo Muani will play in the Club World Cup for Juventus, as Fabrice Hawkins reported yesterday with the exclusive news. So Kolo Muani, brilliant with his loan deal at Juventus. And Juventus will have him after they've reached an agreement with PSG to keep him until after the Club World Cup. And then after that, for Kolo Muani. Kolo Muani will leave PSG this summer. This has already been decided between the player and PSG. And there are a few clubs interested, but Juventus obviously would like to keep Kolo Muani for next season also. So let's wait and see. The likely figure is a loan with an option to buy for Kolo Muani, but let's see what PSG want with this one, if they want a permanent sale or they're open to another loan with a buy option. So let's wait and see. But Kolo Muani will play for Juventus in the Club World Cup. So then Jean-Philippe Mateta, Crystal Palace striker, no, Crystal Palace, brilliant season, winning the FA Cup. And they want to keep a hold of as much as the best players they can. And Jean-Philippe Mateta is one of them. And for that reason, Crystal Palace are in talks over extending the contract of Mateta. So Mateta's contract runs out in 2027, which is still 2 years, but they want to extend it to have Mateta there in case if approaches are made next summer. And he does have interest for this summer, and he's on the list of Manchester United and also Juventus, but also other European clubs. But the two I can name is them. So Crystal Palace are hoping to keep hold of Mateta, and Mateta's also open to the idea of staying at Crystal Palace, who are expected to be in the Europa League next season after winning the FA Cup. So then Newcastle United, and I've been saying now for the last year, Newcastle United will definitely sign a right winger, and this summer they will definitely sign a right winger, I will say again. And there's a few options on the list. We know Brian Mbeumo is definitely on the list, one of the options, but one player who Newcastle United have liked over the last year, and they tried to sign last summer, is Anthony Elanga from Nottingham Forest. And they had a £40 million bid rejected last summer for Anthony Elanga, and this summer they could make a move for Elanga again because he's really liked by Newcastle, and he has been over the last year. And Newcastle United recently made a new inquiry over Elanga. So let's wait and see in the next weeks how it develops with this one, as Newcastle could send a new bid. But as I say, let's just wait and see what happens with this one. But Anthony Elanga is still one of the top options for a new right winger for Newcastle United this summer. But further updates expected on this one in the next weeks/days. So then Kepa Arrizabalaga is set to join Arsenal on a permanent transfer from Chelsea. And we know Arsenal are looking for a new backup goalkeeper, but also want to give David Raya competition. And we know Juan Garcia was on that list as a top target, but Juan Garcia will join Barcelona next week after they'll trigger his release clause. So Arsenal have moved for Kepa Arrizabalaga, the Chelsea goalkeeper, who will not return to Bournemouth. So Kepa has already said yes to Arsenal. It is just now the final details on personal terms, and then Kepa will sign a long-term deal expected next week for medical tests and this type of things. And then, as we know, he's got that £5 million release clause in his Chelsea contract, so Arsenal also expected to activate that clause, and then Kepa Arrizabalaga will become new number 2 goalkeeper, but also competition for David Raya this summer. And we know Arsenal now working on Benjamin Sesko deal, and also Martin Zubimendi is expected to still join them. So Arsenal starting to get a lot more active in the transfer market now. So then now we're going to talk about Jeremy, Bino, Gittens and Chelsea. And what can we say? So Chelsea have reached an agreement on personal terms for Jeremy, Bino, Gittens. And Chelsea would sign a left mid, as I've said numerous times over the last few weeks. Chelsea will sign a new left winger, and they're in talks with Borussia Dortmund over Jeremy, Bino, Gittens. Still no breakthrough, but they could really push for this one before the Club World Cup. Chelsea, as Jeremy, Bino, Gittens, or Jamie, Bino, Gittens, as a new signing. And the agreement on personal terms is over a 7-year contract. As we know, Chelsea like to do them long deals, so the agreement is there with the player. So now it's up to Chelsea to negotiate a fee with Borussia Dortmund, which I expect Chelsea now will push forward with this in the next few days to try and get a full agreement. And then Jamie Bino Gittens plays for Chelsea in the Club World Cup. And quick one on Nico Williams and Chelsea is that he's definitely an option, but I'm not sure if it'll happen, me personally, for Nico Williams. I get a feeling that Atletico Bilbao are working on a new contract for Nico Williams. So it's an interesting one for this one. But I think the team in the Premier League who have the best chance of signing Nico Williams is Arsenal this summer. So for Chelsea at the moment, I wouldn't read into them rumours too much. So then another left winger who's been linked with numerous clubs in the last few days is Rafael Leao. And we're going to talk about his situation at Bayern Munich. So there was reports saying that Rafael Leao's asked to leave AC Milan. This isn't true. But what we can say on Rafael Leao is open to a departure from AC Milan, but he isn't pushing for the move. But if the opportunity comes and a club can agree a fee with AC Milan, then this will happen. Also on club side for AC Milan intend to keep Leao unless a huge bid. So this is how it has been for the last few seasons for Leao. Leao on AC Milan's side is if a huge bid comes in, he can leave. So that is the only way. But both parties on player and club side are not actively looking for the player to depart this summer or for Leao to leave Milan this summer. But on Bayern Munich, is that Bayern Munich are interested in Rafael Leao, and he is one of the top options for a new winger. So after missing out on Florian Wirtz, Bayern Munich obviously have some money now to spend on a big player. They've been linked with many wingers, but Rafael Leao is one of the top options, we can confirm. And Bayern Munich could send a proposal to AC Milan for Leao soon, around 85 million euros. So a bid could be sent soon with Leao, but that is it really on the Leao front at the moment. So there is a chance he could leave AC Milan if a huge proposal comes in, and Bayern Munich could send a proposal soon, around 85 million euros, which could include bonuses, or it could also include a player. So that is it from me. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.